Hello, this is Patricia Henderson Guarino. I hope this video recording is as good as the one I just did, but actually I didn't hit the start button, so you missed it all. So let me try again. It's been 40 years. I want to tell you a little bit about what I've been doing for the past 40 years. That sweet bark you hear in the background is one of our family. That's Lucy. I'll show you her in a second. But after I graduated from high school, I went off to the University of Alabama, where that fall I met my future husband, Jay Guarino. It was a very rash decision on my part to get married so young, but one of the best decisions I made in my life. Jay and I will have been together 37 or 38 years, somewhere in there, this February. We've gone places and had children, built homes, had pets. We've had a really blessed life, and two of the blessings have been my children, Emily, who is a pediatric occupational therapist at the Children's Hospital in Texas, in Houston, Texas. And George is my son, and he's a financial marketing analyst at Romark Incorporated. It is a pharmaceutical company, and he lives in Tampa, Florida. So they both live a bit a ways, but they are here celebrating Christmas with us. Is one reason I'm recording this video and posting it, is because I want to share their beautiful faces with the rest of the world. After Jay and I got married, we moved to Birmingham, and I finished my degree at the University of Alabama in Birmingham in computer science. Got a job at Bell South, and I stayed there for 14 years, and it was a great job. But I had an early midlife crisis and decided that I wanted to change careers. I wanted to do something that was more public service oriented. And so I went back to school at the University of Alabama and got my master's in library and information studies. And I was very lucky to get my foot in the door at the Hoover Public Library. We have lived in Hoover, Alabama for about 25 years now. I got my foot in the door there, and I've been there about 19 years. I am assistant director there now. And if you ask us that work at the library and a lot of people in our community, they'll tell you our library is one of the best in the Southeast, and I'm very proud of that. Some of the things we've done over the last 40 years, besides raising our two great children that are lucky to have really good jobs and happy lives in Houston and Tampa, we've traveled a lot. We've traveled with the Tide. As anybody that follows Jay or me on Facebook will see us. We go to a lot of the games, and Following the Tide has taken us many places in the past 40 years. We've had a lot of good times with family and friends, and made great friends over the years following the Tide. We've had some of our best times have been the times we spent when my son George was at the University of Alabama in undergraduate and graduate school, and we set up on the quad and would tailgate on Saturdays, and we have some really good memories from those times. We've also traveled throughout the United States. I go to annual conventions, library conventions. I know that doesn't sound a lot of fun to y'all, but it takes us places. We've been everywhere from Denver to San Francisco, to San Diego, to Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Orlando, New Orleans, Atlanta, Nashville. Anyway, it's a lot of fun going to those conventions and getting to see new cities. Another thing that's taken us a lot of places is another rash decision Jay and I made. We were on our way down to Orlando to take Emily, who was about 3 at that time, to Disney World. And as we crossed, and I was pregnant with George, and we crossed the state line, and we stopped there to get some information, and lo and behold, one of those timeshare people caught us. And we ended up going and visiting Orange Lake Country Club in Orlando, right outside Disney World, and we ended up buying a week there. And we have had so much fun using that timeshare over the years. It's taken us everywhere from St. Thomas to Cabo San Lucas, back down to Orlando numerous times, to New Orleans, and this last year it just took us to Costa Rica with some friends, and we had a fabulous time. Now when y'all see Jay at the reunion, be sure to ask him about his experience with extreme zip lining. He's got tales to tell. Anybody that knows Jay knows he's a talker. And he never meets a stranger, and within a minute or two you'll be somehow related to him or someone in his family. We also took a wonderful trip with Emily and George after George graduated with his master's degree in business. We all went to Sicily for a wonderful long vacation over there. My husband's family is originally from Sicily, and his grandparents were born there, and so we were very lucky, and we got to visit the towns where they grew up and where they were born, and meet relatives of Jay's over there. It was just a very special trip for us. We've been to Italy one time, touring Rome in the northern part of Italy. So travel is one thing that we've enjoyed in our life, and we hope to continue to do it when we get to retirement, which we hope isn't too far off. I've got some other things to share with you. Pets have been a big part of our life. My husband has always had pets, and at one time we had way too many pets. He owned a pet store, he owned a tropical fish wholesale. He's now in the, he's been in the pet sales end of the business for over 30 years. We're down to one lovely dog, named Lucy. And like I told you, I will share her picture, and Emily and George's and Jay's at the end of this video. We'll tag it on at the end. But I am looking so forward to seeing everyone and hearing what y'all been doing for the last 40 years. I'm standing on the back porch of our house here on Mallard Lake in Hoover, Alabama. It's a dreary day. It's December 24th, Christmas Eve. My kids have just gotten home, so Jay's cooking some Italian sausage on the grill for later tonight after we go to Christmas Eve Mass. So things are good in the Guarino family, and we've been very blessed over the years. My parents still live in Gadsden up on the mountain. My sister Jennifer lives up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, outside Pittsburgh, and my sister Elizabeth lives in Tallahassee, Florida. So again, I guess that's it. I could keep talking, but I think I'll end there and share some pictures of Emily, George, and Jay with you. I'll tag it on to the end here. Looking forward to seeing you in June. Bye. Okay, here we are again, the Guarino family. This is George, this is Emily, this is Jay, and this is Lucy, the cutest one of the bunch.